Hello there, this is me, Moonlight, in the future, in post-editing, because I am really stupid. Apparently I wasn't recording this session, instead I was streaming it to nobody, because it was in the Valheim section. Also, the audio was cut off, because I'm actually dumber than an ant. But I really personally find these fights to be really fun for me, and I hope it becomes fun for you too. So that's why I'm just gonna try and voice over my thoughts about the 4 games that went on here. So typically when I play RTA, which is probably never, I typically ban either LRK or F10A. One, because my F10A isn't fast, and my LRK is not existent. I don't have them, and I don't like dealing with them. And since the meta shifted a bit, I know that Carrot has been such a very offensive unit, though, and she's very well paired up with Crow. So nowadays I just start first picking Crow and see where it leads me, just so that, you know, people are less advised to pick Carrot, I guess. So you pick LQC. I picked LQC over here, and in this this session I wanted to try out 3 new units that I got recently. I got my LQC built, I got my Spectenny built from the Moonlight summons, and I got my Riley. And you can see in these 4 videos, or in these 4 fights, that I do pick all 3 of them, and they all really helped me so well. It was really hard to try and build LQC the most, just because she wants a lot of attack, and, you know, bulk if you want to keep her a little bit more useful after her nuke. I kind of built her more towards the nuke part. She doesn't have a lot of survivability, but it should be enough to at least get her our turn, and that should be enough, hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, so here it goes. I didn't know what the enemy was doing at this point, because you see a Pavel and it's like, oh, you're gonna cleave, right? With the Arby, oh, you're gonna cleave, right? So it's like, oh, I'm gonna try and speed contest with my Cerise, which is probably a bad idea because my Cerise is kind of slow, like a 264. Yeah, it is kind of slow. So I tried picking Sage Ball just to, I don't know, I really don't have a lot of anti-cleave units when it comes to this. I do have Celine and Politist, but they're not really built that much. And I didn't really see C-Dom get picked yet, so I was a bit anticipating for that. Now he picks it. And it's like, okay, so he's definitely going Cleave. The last one should be probably another like DPS unit, right? So I wanted to go try and go more tanky, or if anything, I wanted to go maybe Riley. I'm not sure actually what I picked here. So he goes for Assassin Coley, and it's like, okay, so another speed contester. I'm like, great, you know what's cool? I don't have any other speed contesters. So I think I decided to go with another tanky unit, maybe. I think it was Riley, I'm not sure here. But it was, I didn't want to try and speed contest because it's like, I'm pretty sure I failed, right? And I was feeling really down because this was, oh yeah, I picked T-Saren. So it's not a bad anti-cleave unit, but I picked her and it was like, okay, well, I feel like I lost here, right? Like, I didn't know who to ban, Arby or Pavel, because it's like, Pavel can also like deal lots of damage and one-shot my units, and then Arby can just do the same thing with Gab. So I still ban the Arby because I don't trust Gab at all. So he bans my Cerise, and it's like, okay, well, he's gonna go first, right? Goes first with the A Coley. I don't know what he does, but, or I know what she does, but I forgot what she does. Oh wait, no, the Pavel goes first, because apparently the A Coley is slow as hell. I actually didn't even know that during the fight. I forgot A Coley existed, because my eyes were only on Pavel, and I also noticed that C-Dom wasn't holding a book. Oh, like a fully fledged book, so you don't have 2 souls. Which sucks for him, because I get to do this. Doesn't sleep everyone, didn't sleep the most important unit, but it did sleep her. Did sleep to everyone else, so whatever. So at this point, I felt like, yeah, the game's kind of won. If he had a soul burn, I still think it would have been hard for him to kill someone from that damage there. Didn't really look like it would do much. So he's gonna try and hit someone. He doesn't even have Soul Burn still yet, so just hitting my secrets LQC. Pretty much brushed it off, and I think the game is really from there. This was a really kind of a weak attempt at a cleave. Not to really dismiss the person or anything, but here comes LQC trying to punish him for picking this comp. I felt like he wanted me to ban Pavo instead. I don't know. Because the RB, I felt like his RB would have been a lot better. You know? I felt like also I Ilynav-igate just didn't have gear, or just, I don't know. I don't know what happened to the I Ilynav-igate. I Ilynav-igate never got a turn. Also, I gabbed here, so because I'm a gab gamer, obviously. And there's the win. That was pretty simple. Alright, so for the second fight, I ban F10 as usual. He bans LRK, which is also an added plus, so I don't have to see these two ever again. I first pick Crow, as always, obviously, because Crow is awesome. And I think this guy goes for Bazaar. He goes for the Bazaar, which is like, okay, that's a pretty good pick. It's alright pick. Maybe not the first pick, I'm not sure. And then he goes for Elfel, so that just tells me instantly, boom, I am gonna be cleaved to death again, aren't I? And well, I'm gonna try and brace for it, you know. Get the FCC there, get the RB, try and get as many anti-cleave units as possible, or at least, you know, tanky units maybe. He goes for Landy, so in my mind it's like, that's a really fast Landy, or is that like a, you know, maybe high damage output Landy. And then he goes for Ravi, so it's like, oh, I feel like he gave up his cleave setup. If he had Flan though, I think I would have been lost, but I don't think he does. So he goes for the Ravi, and it's like, okay, I guess we're going back to Bruiser. He's going back to Bruiser-ish. So in my head is like, okay, I gotta ban the Bazaar, right? I think that Bazaar is really threatening, and I think he knows that I'm gonna ban the Bazaar. So I go the Sage Ball. Typically when I have no one else to pick, it's either Sage Ball or Remnant Violet, which I'm doing now because when you pick Remnant Violet, it's like you're trying to have fun, right? It's like you die by the RNG and you live by it. It is just what it is. You can never really get mad at Violet. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not missing every consecutively maybe warrants a good complaint, but Violet has not done that to me just yet, you know, not yet. Then again, this is his first time in RTA, so alright, Elfel kills the RB just because he doesn't want him already. Just get the revive up. Gonna deal a bit of damage. I did quite a bit of damage. If I had Gab, I probably would have killed mostly everyone anyways. So I wasn't really sure why you had kept him alive, or kept him in the draft. But it comes in with the S3 from Landy, pushing everyone up. I believe Politas goes next. But since she has the miss debuff, it's not going to hit Riley. So is Politas. So it's a pretty much guaranteed miss on Riley. And it's all I really need, because I feel like Riley could just easily 1v4 these people. Maybe not the Ravi if he's not lucky, but I still feel like he could have. So I just try to push back the Elfel, maybe try and kill her. Yep. And then I'm gonna do the S3 here just so I can get Landy out of her stealth, just so I can snipe her down with Rylet. And it's pretty much game from there.
Fear is how others control your pitiful resistance.
So S3 the Landy, he's deado, and it's pretty much game from there. There's nothing else that can happen. There's no way Ravi solos a Crow. There's just no way. But I mean,
if you're ready,
yeah, it's game from here. Alright, so I believe this was the weirdest draft I've seen in a while. And it's like, oh, first pick Tellybear. okay, I don't know what this person's planning to do, but he's planning to do something. And then you see the Baiken, and it's like, wow, this is happening right now, right? So it's like, okay, first of all, I'm not gonna try as hard, right? My mentality was, I want to have some fun. Let's use some other units. No ML5 starts today or this round. Let's just have some fun. So I go with the Trozen, and then I go with, I believe, what do I go with here? I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want to appear tryhardy, but I also kind of wanted to win, right? Because it's placements. So I go with Lencia, and my Lencia is fairly built. I like her. And then she goes Shooting Star Shades, and then Ilynav, and it's like, wow, interesting comp. Like, what else am what am I gonna do? What do I have to do? Well, obviously, the only thing to do, I draft Dian, and I believe Kisei for this. Not for any particular reason. Like I said, I just wanted to use some new or just some other units that I don't normally pick in my drafts. At least not all the time, right? I know Dian's quite common, but I don't really use her as much. But yeah, there's my Dian. I don't know what he does as a last pick, but I ban it anyways. Yeah, he goes for Celine, which I just end up banning. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And he bans the Kisei. I was hoping that he'd ban someone else because I wanted to see who was faster, me or that Baiken. That Baiken could be really fast. That's what I was hoping. But my Kisei is also fairly fast. At least fast than I want it to be. So Shooting Star Shady goes first. She's only like a little bit higher than like 200, so like maybe 210, 220 speed. It's not the worst. It's pretty good speed. So she does the S2 onto the Baiken, which is interesting. I guess she just wants Baiken to live more. So it's like, alright. So I'm gonna try and stun the Ilynav, which I do. I'm just gonna do my own thing here. I still don't understand why the Dilibet was picked. I really can't comprehend it. I have like little to no debuffs here. So yeah, I do the S2 onto the Dilibet, yeah. Maybe it could have been better if it was used on Ilynav, but yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna try. So basically, the plan was easily just to try and burst down the Shooting Star Shades. But she also has Precedent Candlestick, so I have to be very careful in where I hit my shots. Because then she can cycle through her abilities fast, and she can just basically heal herself to full, just completely negating what all the damage that I've done, which is really bad. And then she go ahead and just ignores the critical hit resistance, because obviously, why not? But that also serves. Also, when I was doing the fight, I was also wondering if the critical hit chance that Baiken has kind of negates the critical hit buff if Baiken is already at 100% crit chance. I was wondering if crit chance can overflow into more than 100%. Because if that would work, if that does happen, then technically that kind of negates the critical hit resistance, right? Because it only increases crit resistance by 50%. But I don't know. Someone has to verify that for me. But I really don't know. So here comes Ilynav's S3. Very beautiful. I love it. Really great S3 animation. Did nothing. Oh, did absolutely nothing. I don't think it crit at all. But here we go ahead and stun the Baiken. My Trozit just hitting all the stuns today, which is pretty nice. I tried to provoke the Shooting Star Shadings, didn't work out too much. I'm gonna try and strip off the crit damage buff. I think it worked. Didn't do so on the Baiken, unfortunately, but yeah, she's already stunned, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Here comes Dilibet. I keep forgetting she exists because she really has no presence on this draft. But yeah, she's like she's more or less my last threat priority, I guess. But Baiken coming at another turn, and you can see she procs it. Oh no! And it's like, oh wait a minute, am I in trouble here? But no, she didn't crit this time because she lost her crit buff. So it's like, ah, yes, thanks.
I believe this is what the
So now it now becomes a bit of a battle between who's gonna kill our healers first, right? Is it gonna be my DN or her shooting star shadies? I don't know. You know what? You know, how about you watch? How about you watch for like a few more minutes and you can find out. So resisted there. I'm assuming she just has a bunch of effect resistance, which is fine. Here comes Ilynav. Ilynav is a very interesting character. She has injury on her S2, right? And not a lot of people like that fact. But I also think it's pretty interesting because she can proc it so often. She's a knight, right? So she can have what's that called? She has access to Elbrus, and counter set, so she has a lot more access to getting her S2 procced, especially since you only have a 50% chance to proc it, right, on your S1. So there is the Dilibet, not Dilibet, there is the shooting star shady is gone. Just trying to burst out that Baiken, because that Baiken's also really dangerous if kept alive, maybe. At least to DN. I don't think to anyone else. But I tried pushed up. S3 pushed up my DN. I still don't have my skills up, sadly. But here comes Baiken again with another attack. Ooh, here comes RNL again, because apparently this game just really likes to give the other people good luck. But yeah, that's game over for my DN, because Ilynav's coming next, and even if she misses, the bleed's going to kill her. And she has immunity, so it's not like I can do anything about it. So I put the defense buff again, just to refresh it. There she goes, doing not misses, of course. So now it's like, okay, I killed the Baiken. Now I have to go. Typically, I should have went for Ilynav, right? But I instead went for Dilibet. I saved Ilynav for last. I don't know if it was just because I just wanted to keep her alive for whatever reason, but I felt like it would have been a lot easier just to kill Dilibet first. So now Ilynav's gonna try and burst down my Valencia, and you can see the injury is really stacking up, because look at that damage. It's already like, looks like 10% or more. It's already been done. So Valencia starts. Look, I want you to look at the HP at my Valencia. And originally she starts off at around 20k HP. Originally, that's the way I built her. Now she's at around 15k, just from what, that one or two attacks. Pretty interesting, because now it's gonna stack a lot more from here. Like now the counter attack comes in, it's gonna lose her health even more. Now she's at 13k HP now, so she's losing HP, max HP fast. And that really hurts her because she also loses a bit of damage from her max HP thing. So it's like, okay, she actually might be a bit of a threat to us after all. But I still try to focus down the Dilibet just because, I don't know, well, she's already almost dead, why not do it? And here it goes, there, it just keeps proccing. That's what really sucked about this. She kept proccing those 50% on her S1. It really sucked. There, and the Elbrus, of course, never forget the Elbrus. Of course, you hit the ice unit. But yeah, I think that was the end for, no, not yet. But yeah, no, that's the end of Dilibet. But yeah, now it's just all about Ilynav. So Ilynav is pretty interesting, because I didn't know she gives a immunity on her S3. So I thought it would have been easier just to control her with Trozet, but it's just not going to be the case right now.
Come on, let's fight.
So as you can see, Valencia only has 8.6k HP. It's like, that's pretty wild in such a short amount of time. Because remember that Ilynav didn't even focus her down until after Dean was dead. So, and she's gonna try and sober and just try and deal as much damage to the Valencia as possible. But I'm really curious to see what this person's build was. 13. Oh well, it's frenzy, so I can't really measure up her HP from here. But yeah, look at that damage. I feel like she's already reached half of the cap of injury, because I think it's only half health. But yeah, that's pretty wild. But she lost that one moment of losing her her immunity just caused her to die. Yeah. So that was my second to last game. That was a pretty fun match though. I really liked it. So here comes the last match of the day where everything kind of comes together. And by that I mean nothing by that. It's just a simple match. So I picked Crow as usual, because why not? I'm a dirty Crow player. Fight me. So he goes with the immediate Landy and the Ravi pick, which is interesting. The Landy pick was like pretty alright, you know, but the Ravi pick was a bit early in my opinion, just because I can always just pick Cerise and easily control her, or I can pick someone like SSB maybe, or I don't know. I think picking Ravi early isn't always the greatest idea. I feel like she's always a wild card pick towards the end, but I pick Ravi and S10A because it's like, why not? Just flex, just flex on him. But that was a bit early on my case either. You can also say that picking Arby early is also a bad idea, because then you get, you know, 2 Arby counters. You got Tomoka and you got Blood Moon Haste. Typically, I don't know why people would do 2 Arby counters. I think one's already good enough, but I'm assuming he's gonna try and ban someone else, because I can't ban both of them, right? And Blood Moon Haste or Tomoka, right? Who do I ban first? It's kind of hard to pick though, because I don't know, if I ban Tomoka, I might get to go first depending on that last pick, right? But if I ban, yeah, and there it is. There it is. There is the DJ Bazaar. So I don't know why he was there, to be honest, because in the end he still banned the flurry, and I ended up banning the BM Haste, just because if RB ever revives himself, it's already game over. I cannot pierce through that shield. It is impossible, near impossible. So when I banned BM Haste, I was already just saying my goodbyes to RB, since he was never coming back after the first turn. So it's like, okay, so it's just gonna be a 3v1, right? But it's not the worst thing in the world, because I have LQC. But yeah, I was already embracing loss here, so I was like, just kind of wait, just do it, man, just do it. But if you can tell from like where I'm leading with this, I do end up winning somehow. You'll get to see why. So DJ Bazaar, I'm just gonna say DJ Bazaar, pushes up everyone, so everyone else gets a turn. Ravi does the S1 on him, on her, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Landy does her S3. So now it's my turn. So what do I get to do? I have my Soul Burn, which I'm going to save for my S10A, but I can nuke almost anyone, right? So I just went for Landy, I guess. I don't know, why not?
Excuse me.
Just going for the Landy. There's no splash damage, but I do get the kill miraculously. That was really close. And then I Soul Burn, try to Soul Burn down, or not Soul Burn, I try to S3 the Ravi here, I believe. Just to try and horse, get her down enough so that S10E can come back, or I mean, can finish her off. I didn't expect Ravi's health to be that low by the end of that, so I was expecting to just Soul Burn it. But I'm glad I didn't, because that was pretty much key to winning the entire fight. So I kill Ravi here, pushes everyone back, actually except not, because they're immune. And Talon Luco tries to burst down the LQC, I believe. Yep. And my LQC isn't that tanky though, so and she's already done what she needed to do, so I don't really, it's not the worst thing in the world. So LQC just does one more tap before she falls, and then it's just up to Crow and Spec 10A. And this got me surprised, because I really don't know how fast Tomoka cycles through her abilities. That was really fast. She gets that like every so often. So I was a bit worried there. Like, am I really gonna have to pierce that shield? I didn't think I was able to go. I didn't think I was. What the fuck am I with my words today? I don't know if I was able to cut through that shield. I wasn't thinking I was going to, but as you can see here, I did. So it's like, oh, I win. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just how the game ended. But yeah, those are my 4 games, and they were pretty fun. They were pretty fun matches. And as you can see here, I'm gonna go place in... I hate having to say this because I don't know exactly when I press the confirm button. There it is. Gold. Placed in gold, which is a league higher than my last placement, which was at silver. So it was pretty much a really good improvement, I'd say.
I'll be your opponent.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and put higher expectations of myself, trying to get to maybe even challenger. But also, if there's any tips, maybe even like advice you guys are able to give me, please, I'm all ears for it. My drafting game isn't the greatest. I don't really know a lot of how the characters work sometimes, or even like synergize with each other. So I'll take all the help that I can get. But that's all for today. Sorry that sorry about the low quality and my really constant lip stuff. But I'm tired. You probably are too, and I'll see you guys later.